We've been spending a lot of money lately because we bought our first home 3 months ago. And going from an apartment to a house is amazing, but the constant desire to buy things, to fill it, to make it feel complete is overwhelming. And this is coming off the heels of a wedding and honeymoon late last year, so I've literally never spent this amount of money in this short of a period of time. All this life change has me reflecting often about spending and consumerism, not questioning every specific purchase, but thinking about the big picture stuff. That's the inspiration for today's video, and I have a lot to say and cover. Ultimately, I'm going to cover the symptoms, the causes, and the treatment for overspending and how to achieve financial independence in the face of a society that encourages overspending at every step. I'm on a mission to retire early, and today's video goes back to the first enemy I had to overcome when I got started on my financial independence journey from scratch in 2018. The brainwashing society instills into us from a young age that leads us to believe overspending is normal. Ultimately, I'm gonna share how to overcome excessive consumerism, but first I wanna paint a clear picture of the world that we live in, the one that makes you spend fast, spend big, spend before you earn, and teaches you to take instead of give. Because things have gone from bad to worse quickly, and I fear the worst is yet to come for most people. So, let's start with the symptoms. Consumerism, brainwashing, and pressure to spend mindlessly is pervasive. It's everywhere when you become aware of it. For example, one-click buying on Amazon, time-sensitive urgent holiday weekend shopping events, and year-round Black Friday offers. Brands creating their own shopping holidays, fast fashion that leads to 52 seasons a year, instead of 4. A must-see show that everyone's talking about on a streaming service that you don't have, so you better grab the free trial. The pressure to buy a house ASAP because you won't be able to afford one next year in this crazy market. Influencers and rich kids of Instagram YOLOing their life away on social media. The Joneses are no longer next door, by the way. They're a tap in an endless social media stream away. Special financing offers on almost everything. Made-up meals like Taco Bell's 4th meal. BOGO deals. New phone models twice a year, 4-car garages and storage units, and my favorite, unnecessary timeshares. We've become brainwashed into buying things we don't need, spending money we don't have to impress people we don't even care about. It's small, it's large, it's everywhere you look, and it's out of control. Everything I just listed and so many more examples you can probably come up with, seriously, drop me a comment of more ridiculous examples. These are all symptoms of a much bigger problem. Observing these practices helps you identify there is indeed a major issue. Society is brainwashed to overspend, but they're not the root of the problem. They're the outcomes, not the causes. So who or what is behind all this pressure to spend to the max and then some? Let me take a moment to talk about the culprits, causes. Cause number 1, marketing. Advertisements have gotten incredibly advanced in recent years to the point where many people even think their at-home devices are listening to them. Marketers are ruthless and now leverage advanced algorithms and predictive intelligence to convince us to buy manufactured products from assembly lines in order to find happiness. The reality is these products and endless consumption ends up having the opposite effect. As they say, sometimes the things you own end up owning you. Think car or boat maintenance, insurance, long-term financial contracts, and so on. Marketers prey on our desire for better status, appearance, reputation, sex, and identity. They even prey on our subconscious fears, such as uncertainty, loneliness, security, and weaknesses. Marketing budgets are massive these days, as big businesses will do what it takes to get your time, money, and attention by any means necessary. Cause number 2, credit. Personal credit and huge credit card limits allow us, or rather encourage us, to spend money that we don't have that's gonna take years or even decades to pay back. This is a massive cause of the overspend, consume everything culture that we live in. But, at least you get 1 point or 1 penny back for each dollar charged. Even just calling these rewards or points for spending is brainwashing you into thinking it's all a game. Spend to win, you get rewards, not consequences. The root cause has put many families in deep holes dealing with high interest rates, which are actually on the rise and hitting 16.2% on average. Nearly half of Americans are unable to pay off their monthly credit card balance. On average, the monthly balance carried over for each household is roughly $7,000, and it's totaled $420 billion in consumer debt. And it doesn't just affect the poor and middle class. In fact, having a higher income actually correlates to higher credit card balances. Cause number 3, inflation. According to the January Consumer Price Index report, the All Items Index rose 7.5% for the 12 months ending January, the largest 12-month increase since the period that ended in February 1982. 7.5%. That's in 1 year. That is crazy high. Used cars and trucks were up 40%. New ones were up 12%. Energy was up 27%. Food was up 7%. And I'm not gonna go through this whole chart, but pause to read the bad news if you'd like. Last year, it was nearly impossible not to overspend in key categories, especially the ones you need to survive, like rent, food, utilities, and transportation. Cause number 4 is literally everything else. I could list 100 more causes for our overspending culture, but I'll respect your time and quickly rattle off some of the worst remaining culprits. Very few states have any kind of requirement for financial literacy in school, so most of what we learned about money is from our parents, for better or worse. College tuition is rising at unprecedented levels, causing a crippling student loan epidemic in the process, leading to an "I'll deal with it later" mentality. Technology is making it way too convenient to pay for overconvenience, and we become used to ridiculously high financial numbers getting thrown around on TV, like sports teams valued at $5 billion and companies getting acquired in the tens of billions. Hearing billions so often makes us feel numb to money and petty spending. Plus, the media enjoys bashing the FIRE movement and its strategies, even though these strategies are guaranteed to help improve people's financial lives. Alternatively, they love reporting on the Dogecoin millionaire and overnight NFT successes. Now, when I said financial independence versus the world, I wasn't exaggerating. Overconsumption has become the neutral, expected state of things, and there's no end in sight. We've been brainwashed into spending money despite the fact that life has become insanely expensive to just live in as a normal person. It's dizzying, it's nauseating, and it feels impossible to overcome, so why even try? Well, there is a better way. It's not your fault, but that doesn't mean you can't do something about it. You can achieve financial independence and overcome these impossible hurdles, and it starts somewhere simple: the mind. The solution lies within you. You're David in a battle against Goliath. You can win, but you have to have your wits about you at all times. You have to have a game plan. So here's one I developed for you in 5 key steps. Now, I never take this long to get to solutions in a video, but I actually covered the first critical step in treatment already. Half the battle is recognizing the core issue, the symptoms and the causes, because you can't solve a problem if you don't diagnose it. So step 1 is recognizing the issue and actively observing it in your life. Reflect on all this, see it, write it down if you'd like, and again, share some examples with me in the comments. Internalize how bad it is and let that get you angry and motivated to do something about it. Step 2, develop an appreciation for delayed gratification to develop a long-term mindset. Thinking long-term is an important characteristic of accumulating wealth and achieving financial independence, regardless of your income level. Unfortunately, as I've covered, we've become a society of have to have it now, selfish, impatient individuals, but this is exactly the kind of mindset that makes you broke. And since it's so ingrained in us, you have to literally practice appreciating delayed gratification to develop a long-term mindset. Have a no-spend day or week. Wait 30 days to make any purchase over $100 so you can look for a better price or even realize that that purchase is unnecessary. Discover an affordable new hobby or side hustle like starting a garden or baking or starting a YouTube channel or writing your own book, which I actually just did. This is my 3rd actually. You can find it on Amazon to support indie authors and help yourself in the process. Find joy in the small things. Practice owning less because owning less is better than pursuing more. Happiness is not an item to be purchased. It's a decision to be enjoyed. Number 3, internalize the real purpose of money. Economically, money is both a store of value and a means of exchange. It allows people to obtain what they need to live, but that's not the ultimate true purpose of it. Money is a tool to get you where you want to go. It's for access to better education. It's for access to more places, as in to literally travel if you'd like and see the world. Money is security for future you because, as I often say, it's to help you buy your time and freedom back. But the purpose of money is ultimately to help you discover your purpose or passion with this newly found time. Happiness is an outcome of aligning your actions with your purpose. When we have a purpose, and when we're able to pursue that purpose with passion, everything falls into place. Distractions slip away. You discover joy and gratitude. Life is about finding a purpose or purposes and aligning your money and actions with that purpose. Number 4, be busy, not bored. This is something I discovered the last few years that has helped me tremendously from a financial standpoint, but I don't acknowledge it often enough. When people are bored, they spend money. They look for that dopamine hit. They opt for retail therapy. They make bad decisions. It's important you take control of your time. Replace unhealthy habits with healthy ones. Consume educational materials via books, documentaries, and podcasts. Limit screen time or time spent with devices in general. This goes back to that take, not give comment in the beginning. The moment I went from consuming to creating, from reading daily deals and emails and ads to reading, learning, and sharing what I was learning, my life was changed. I was no longer looking for the next fun happy hour, concert, or game, or the next gadget to buy. I was looking within, helping myself and helping others. When we start rejecting temptations and instead spend our time and resources on ourselves and other people, we can discover true growth and satisfaction. We become more generous, we become more creative, and we develop a fresh lens about what it means to be happy. Number 5, take inventory of who and what you surround yourself with. You're not just the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You're the sum of the 5 apps you use the most, the 5 podcasts you listen to the most, your 5 favorite YouTube creators, the 5 stores you shop at the most, the 5 things you spend the most discretionary money on, the 5 hobbies that you spend the most time doing. And if you don't think you have hobbies, yours are probably Netflix, Instagram, and Wordle. I am actually guilty of that last one. You're the sum of how you spend your precious 5 hours of free time that you get during the work week. Do you turn on the TV or turn to books? Do you turn to mindlessly flipping through social media or turn to getting exercise? Do you make healthy meals or do you mindlessly consume whatever sounds good? As they say, garbage in, garbage out. You become who and what you spend your time with. Bad consumption can hold you back from financial independence. Plus, more time and freedom in the future is nothing if you're gonna waste it with bad consumption habits and toxic people. Build healthy habits now. The reality is we all have to consume. It's a part of life. We need certain things to live, no doubt about it. But to achieve financial independence in a battle against the world, you have to think differently than nearly everybody else. Pursuing financial freedom is about spending intentionally, having a long-term mindset, understanding the goal of money, and taking control of your time. It's using your mind actively so it doesn't become brainwashed. It's avoiding excessive consumerism and having a plan with this newly found money. I'm still gonna buy things. We're still going to fill our home over time, but we're gonna prioritize purchases that add value to our house. We're gonna take trips because breaks and travel are good for the soul. And I'm probably gonna spoil a kid when I have one someday, but I'll spoil that kid with education as well. I'm not here to say don't spend. I'm here to say have a plan, be intentional, and take control back. Take control of your money, take control of your time, take control of your life. My name is Frankie. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more from me, and I highly recommend you watch this video next. I covered a similar topic and explain why and how it has become so easy to overspend. Plus, more of what to do about it. Have an awesome week or weekend ahead, and I hope you'll tune in next week for the next one. Thanks.